Here's a quick rundown of the Genesis discography. The band was formed in Surrey, England in 1967 as a quintet. Their first record was From Genesis to Revelation, which was released in 1969. Their second album, followed in 1970, was titled Trespass. Founding guitarist Anthony Phillips and drummer John Mayhew were dismissed, with Phillips leaving the band voluntarily. And in 1971, Phil Collins and Steve Hackett replaced those members on drums and guitar respectively. Their third album, Nursery Crime, was released in 1971. Fourth album, Foxtrot, followed in 1972. Genesis' first live album was released in 1973 in the UK, and then later in 1977 in the US. Their fifth studio album, Selling England by the Pound, was released in 1973, followed by their sixth album, which was a double album titled The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, which came out in 1974, and then founding vocalist Peter Gabriel left the band in 1975, and they carried on as a quartet, releasing their seventh studio album, A Trick of the Tail, and their eighth studio album, Wind and Wuthering, both in 1976, and then a double album called Seconds Out in 1977, and then guitarist Steve Hackett left the band. They continued as a trio and released And Then There Were Three in 1978 as their ninth album. Stylistically, the band started changing, and in the 80s, they released their 10th album, Duke, in 1980, Abacab, their 11th album, in 1981, Three Sides Live, which was a double live album, which came out in 1982, and then the band's 12th studio album, which was self-titled, Genesis, was released in 1983, produced by Hugh Padgham, and the first in a series of albums recorded at The Farm, the band's own personal recording studio in Surrey. In 1986, after a long wait, due to the band's solo projects, they released Invisible Touch, which was their biggest commercial success to date. That was followed by We Can't Dance in 1991, and then The Way We Walk, Volume 1, The Shorts, and Volume 2, The Longs, which were released in 1992 and 1993, respectively, as live albums. Phil Collins then left the band. He was replaced in 1996 by Scottish vocalist Ray Wilson, and with Ray on vocals, the band released their 15th and final studio album of originals, which was titled Calling All Stations in 1997. The band released Turn It On Again, the Hits compilation album in 1999. They did a series of archival box sets, and Live Over Europe came out in 2007 when the band was on their last tour. Rumors are the band will be touring again soon, and I can't wait to hear from them. Don't expect anything new. It's all great. Here's a quick rundown